Have you ever been with someone who seems present but emotionally distant? They smile, say the right things, even show affection, but intimacy never develops. You feel connections slipping through your fingers no matter how much effort you put in. This isn't always rejection, it's emotional unavailability. Some people struggle to love fully, not because they don't care, but because they've learned patterns that limit emotional connection. In this video, we'll explore why this happens, how it impacts relationships, and how to navigate it without losing yourself. Emotional availability is the ability to access, express, and share feelings openly. It's about being present, responsive, and vulnerable. Someone emotionally available can empathize, communicate effectively, and navigate intimacy with honesty. It's not about grand gestures or words, it's about consistency, emotional responsiveness, and connection. Recognizing the difference between surface-level charm and true availability is crucial for building healthy relationships. Some people appear loving, attentive, and engaged, yet still maintain emotional distance. They may text frequently, give compliments, or make small gestures, yet avoid vulnerability and intimacy. This creates confusion. Partners feel seen superficially but unheard emotionally. Emotional unavailability often hides behind charm, humor, or busyness, making it difficult to identify until the emotional gap becomes clear. Emotional unavailability often originates in childhood. Caregivers who were inconsistent, critical, neglectful, or emotionally distant can teach children that expressing feelings is unsafe. As adults, these patterns manifest as avoidance, fear of intimacy, or difficulty expressing emotions. Understanding these roots allows us to approach relationships with compassion rather than frustration or blame. Vulnerability is essential for emotional connection, but many emotionally unavailable people fear it. Opening up means risking judgment, rejection, or past wounds resurfacing. To protect themselves, they withdraw, deflect questions, or remain surface level. This creates a push-pull dynamic. They move close, then retreat, leaving partners feeling rejected, confused, or frustrated. Attachment theory explains a lot about emotional availability. Avoidant attachment, individuals prioritize independence, often avoiding emotional intimacy. Anxious attachment, individuals crave connection but may trigger withdrawal in avoidant partners. Secure attachment, individuals are comfortable with intimacy, communication, and emotional expression. Recognizing these patterns in yourself and others allows you to navigate relationships more consciously. Past heartbreak, betrayal, or trauma can create emotional blocks. These blocks may appear as detachment, defensiveness, or focusing on superficial aspects of a relationship. Healing requires self-awareness, therapy, and reflection. Without addressing these blocks, emotional unavailability persists, often leading to repeated relational patterns. For some, unavailability is tied to ego or control. Vulnerability can feel like surrendering power, so they keep a safe distance. Maintaining emotional walls gives a sense of control over feelings and outcomes, but it also limits connection. Recognizing this helps partners understand behavior as protective, not harmful. Romantic relationships with emotionally unavailable partners often feel unbalanced. One partner invests deeply while the other holds back. Over time, frustration, loneliness, and conflict increase. Unmet emotional needs can trigger anxiety, resentment, or cycles of overcompensation. Awareness allows you to set boundaries and evaluate whether the relationship aligns with your well-being. Unavailability isn't limited to romantic partners. Friendships can also suffer. Friends may avoid difficult conversations, fail to provide support, or remain inconsistent. Recognizing patterns in platonic relationships helps prevent emotional burnout and encourages building connections with friends who are responsive, consistent, and supportive. Signs someone is emotionally unavailable. Common signs include avoiding deep or personal conversations, difficulty expressing feelings or empathy, inconsistent communication or behavior, prioritizing independence over partnership, fear of commitment or long-term planning. Identifying these signs early allows you to manage expectations and make conscious choices in relationships.
We often idealize emotionally unavailable people, attributing qualities to them that may not actually exist. For example, we might see them as mysterious, strong, or special simply because they are distant or hard to get. This projection keeps us emotionally invested in the chase, creating a false narrative where we fill the gaps with imagination rather than reality. Recognizing projection is crucial for protecting yourself. When you start to notice that you are investing in an image rather than a person, you can pause and evaluate whether the relationship is based on truth or illusion. This awareness prevents wasted emotional energy and allows you to focus on connections that are genuine, reciprocal, and capable of mutual growth. Investing in emotionally unavailable individuals comes at a high emotional cost. Constantly seeking validation or affection from someone who cannot fully give it can lead to stress, anxiety, self-doubt, and even a decrease in self-esteem. Over time, this emotional drain reduces your capacity for healthy, fulfilling relationships with others. Acknowledging the cost of chasing the unavailable is the first step towards self-preservation. It allows you to recognize patterns, stop blaming yourself, and make conscious choices about where to invest your emotional energy. Prioritizing relationships that reciprocate effort is not selfish. It's a necessary act of self-respect and long-term emotional well-being. Emotionally unavailable people often struggle with communication. They may avoid discussing feelings, dismiss your concerns, or provide minimal feedback. This is usually rooted in fear rather than malice. They may have learned that expressing emotions is unsafe or uncomfortable. Understanding this allows you to approach conversations with patience and clarity. Use open-ended questions, reflective listening, and calm dialogue to navigate difficult topics. Accept that some individuals may never fully articulate emotions and adapt your expectations accordingly. Developing emotional intelligence in these scenarios can reduce frustration and prevent escalation. Boundaries are essential for maintaining emotional health when dealing with emotionally unavailable people. Decide what behaviors you can tolerate and what crosses your limits. Boundaries are not ultimatums, they are statements of self-respect and personal integrity. Communicate boundaries clearly and consistently. For example, you might say, "I need regular communication to feel secure in this relationship," or "I won't engage when conversations are dismissive or hurtful." Healthy boundaries protect you from emotional depletion and signal to others that mutual respect and reciprocity are expected. Emotionally unavailable people can grow with self-reflection, therapy, or life experiences, but change must come from them. You can model healthy emotional behavior, demonstrate empathy, and provide a safe space for vulnerability. However, it's crucial to maintain your emotional integrity. Supporting someone's growth should not come at the cost of your well-being. Avoid overextending, sacrificing your needs, or tolerating patterns that harm you. Encourage growth while keeping your priorities clear, creating a balance between compassion and self-protection. Being emotionally available yourself is equally important. Developing self-awareness, vulnerability, and empathy strengthens your relationships and helps you navigate emotionally unavailable partners more effectively. Practice journaling your feelings, checking in with your emotional state, and communicating mindfully.
Explore why you feel certain emotions, what triggers you, and how your past experiences shape your responses. By understanding your own emotional landscape, you can better respond to others, recognize unhealthy patterns early, and cultivate meaningful, reciprocal connections. Sometimes emotional unavailability is persistent and unchangeable. Recognizing when to disengage protects your energy and self-esteem. Walking away isn't failure, it's a conscious decision to prioritize relationships that provide mutual emotional nourishment. Seek relationships where communication, vulnerability, and emotional reciprocity are present. Look for partners or friends who actively listen, respond to needs, and share feelings openly. Healthy connections are built on mutual respect, consistent engagement, and willingness to navigate discomfort together. Dealing with emotionally unavailable people can trigger self-doubt. Practice self-compassion, validate your feelings, avoid self-blame, and prioritize your well-being. Compassion for yourself reduces dependency on others' emotional presence and strengthens your resilience. Emotional unavailability is a common challenge, but awareness is power. By understanding its roots, signs, and impacts, you can make conscious choices in relationships. Prioritize relationships that honor your emotional needs, set boundaries, invest in personal growth, and cultivate reciprocity. Loving fully is sustainable only when both partners can meet each other emotionally. Remember, you deserve connection, presence, and emotional reciprocity. Recognize patterns, protect your energy, and engage in relationships that uplift, challenge, and grow with you.